Hi friends, it's Julia. I am here today to share a little process video with you. Usually I will show you the additional cards that I made with my 1 kit 12 cards today, but because I showed them all to you last week, I don't have any to show you. So what I thought I would do is I have these two. Oh my gosh, you're going to think, why did you save those little bits of scraps? So I have this 6x6 paper pad, right? And so, yeah, that's all. It's this one. The Lost and Found Market Street collection in the pinks. It's empty, and these are the only thing I have left. But I loved this paper kit, this paper pad so much that I hung on to all the scraps. So I went into my stash and I pulled out a piece of that pale blue cardstock. It is a Bazzill cardstock, but I have no idea what the name of it is. And I pulled in some cream color off-white 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and make several cards with this. We'll see. That's a lot of scraps there to create something with. So we'll see what I come up with. Next, I have this old paper stack. It is My Mind's Eye Miss Carolyn dolled up. And I have actually 3 solid sheets of paper in here. Okay. And then I have another ton of scraps. And you can see I have used this previously and punched circles and tags and hearts and tickets, and so I have lots of little bitty scraps. This could be considered, I guess, another full sheet since it is a cut apart sheet. Obviously not from the same sheet of paper that they were cut from, but that's what I have left of this paper pad. And so again, I went into my stash. Ooh, let's not tear that like that. There we go. I went into my stash. I pulled out this one, a yellow sheet of 12 by 12, and then this red one. Oh, I forget the name of, it was from a paper stack that, it was a K & Company, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but I fell in love with the paper pad and I had to have it, and so I held on to it for years and finally got it all used up. It may not have been K & Company, but maybe a knockoff of that paper pad. Anyway, you know what I mean. I think we all have them in our stash. But these are the ones, these are the papers that I have pulled out to create something with, and the scraps that I have pulled out to work with. And so, give me a few minutes and I will come up with something. Not necessarily a process video in that I'm going to make the cards online with you, but a process video in that I will get these put together and I will come back and show you. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay friends, I'm done. I have used up all that I'm going to use out of these 2 paper pads. I just had scraps left in here, and there were tiny little scraps left like these. Yeah, I won't use those on a project. A lot of what I had left over I punched into little hearts. I did pull out my heart punch, and it's just a 5/8 inch Recollections heart punch, and I just would slide those little scraps in there, make sure they would get lined up, and just punch out a heart. You can see nothing fancy, no rocket science here. And that's one of the ways that I use my scraps up. And so I will be able to pull little hearts into different projects at different times. So those can go into the recycle bin. The bigger scraps, some of them I will go through and punch out some smaller shapes. I have some ticket shapes in here, or not ticket shape, tab shapes that I have previously punched out. I have die cut some circles previously, and yeah, so that's what I have left. All of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock I used, with the exception of this full sheet. I used parts of it, but not the full sheet. I do have a older kit sitting here. I did pull in a little few little bits and pieces, like some of the bling that I have sitting in that kit. And I think some flowers. And that was pretty much it from there. But yeah, all of that got used up. I did pull in some flat back pearls. I pulled in 3 different colors and I used quite a bit. This is the circle die that I pulled in. Now I had previously cut a few circles into with a different circle, stitch circle set. So this is the one that I used today. And then I pulled in 2 stamp sets. This one is It's Your Day to Sparkle, and it was a stamp of the month. And then Hats Off was a Hostess Rewards. These are both pretty old. This one I think is a little bit newer than this one. But yeah, I've had them in my stash forever. So let me clean. Oh, and I did pull in this border stamp, this border punch, and used it at least one time. So let me move all this stuff out of the way and I will show you the cards that I completed. Now this is one of those processes where I just took leftovers, literally, that I wanted to get used up and used them up. I didn't go into it with a set plan. I didn't have any kits made. I just pulled things as I needed them. Now I will tell you, this was my favorite of the 2 scraps that I pulled in, and I did not want to get rid of any of them. So I used as many as I possibly could, and to do that, I did this. I cut them down to 1-inch squares, and I used my blue cardstock that I had pulled into back, and then the bit of that white cardstock I used here behind these images. So that's all I used off of that one 8.5 by 11. But that's what I got done. I got 4 cards, and it says It's That Time Again and just Happy Birthday. Simple sentiments, keeping it very simple. And that was what was used, what was left of this paper pack. The scraps that were left from that paper pack. So I got those 4 cards done. Now the next one, I had a bit more scrap from this one. I had 3 full sheets, plus I had a ton of scraps back here in the back. And so what I did was I started off by making grid cards. These are all the same. You can see, same format. I got a die out. Oh, I didn't show you that one. This is an old Sizzix die, and it's called Butterfly number 16. And it just has the butterfly shape and then the body and wings. So I used that to punch out these butterflies. I pulled in a scrap of gold cardstock. I used the yellow and the red pattern papers that I had, and then the cream color I used to cut down to card bases. All of these are the same. It's Your Day and Happy Birthday. And then I did put scraps of paper on the inside with a little heart on each one, and you can see they're all the same, just different colors of paper. And this one, I reversed it. I used, no I didn't, I used the same one. These 2 were the exact same, and these 2 were the exact same. So this was red on yellow, and this was yellow on red. So there's the first 4 from that one. And then I made a couple. These were the ones that I had the flowers and the bling from my kit that's sitting out here, and the border punch. I just put Make a Wish, and on the inside, Happy Birthday. Simple, easy, done. And then finally the last 2, I just took all the scraps that I could. Some of these are pieced together back behind here to make them go the distance. And I used some of these circles that I punched out. The blue from the first, and I think there was something else from that first set as well, but I don't remember what else. Anywho, so I put the butterflies here, and it says It's Your Day and Happy Birthday on the inside. So with this, I had enough scraps left to create 8 cards here. I had enough to make plenty more, probably 2 or 3 more, but I was done. Done. So today I managed to get 4, 8, 12 cards done with minimal scraps left over. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope this video inspires you to get into those packs of scraps that you may have. Maybe pull out a color of scrap that you would not normally use for like scrapbooking layouts or whatever. They're too small for that, but get them out and see if you can make some cards with them or something else, something fun. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.